Today is a fantastic day or night, what you're gonna call it. Um, so, anyway, so I'm gonna explain to you something about phase two, about retail and what's openings of the pandemic, really. The point being is that I'm gonna use these cards right here to explain where we are in phase two, and the point is that that we are going to be focusing on a baseball field, meaning where we are, if we are on home base, first base, second base, third base, or the outfield. So the point is that in the pandemic I'm going to explain the cards, what we are going to do, and then I'll read you what I just did today, okay? So just remember that this is a good day. And to all of us, okay? So if you like this video, go ahead, give it a like. If you don't, just leave a comment and saying it's nice, or you like it, or you loved it. And this is actually a new one that I'm doing for phase two. Okay, so here we go. Don't have to be scared with the cards. They're just kind of okay at the moment. Okay. But I'm going to explain to you before I flip these cards over. This is going to be what I'm going to do. I'm explaining with the baseball field where we are sitting at and where we are. Okay, and I'm using this as my way of describing you where we are. So my viewers who are watching this, we hope that they don't be confused or if I'm saying it wrong. So just believe in what I'm going to say, okay? Because it's going to be good. So here we go. We have the King of Swords. We have the Sun. Now the Sun is reversed. The King of Cups is reversed. I think it is. We have the Eight of Swords. Well, the Eight of Swords is basically up like this, so yes. We have the Three of Swords. Well, I don't know if it's reversed, I don't know. Probably is reversed, so I'm going to go with that. The Ten of Wands, I don't know if that is reversed or not. I'm going to leave it like that. And then the Six of Swords. And the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is actually there. So we have a few that are upright and a few are not. So anyway, this is how I'm going to describe. So this is actually where end of delay or travel. You have donations or favor. So this refers to you both Scorpio and Sagittarius, just to let you know, if you are between those two signs, water and fire signs basically. So this is based on what's going to happen right now. So that's a new way of covering all of this. Now with the pandemic stuff that we have is this is where I'm going to describe on the situation we have here. Okay, just gonna move some of these up just to make sure so my paper doesn't be in the way. Okay, there we go. So basically, the baseball field, right? This is how I'm actually describing this to you, and so this is how we are. Okay, so this is the baseball field. The baseball field is looking at this. It's not. It's great, but I'm going to show you what's on home base, first base, second, third, and outfield. Okay, and this does describe you with the cards. So, what is the social distancing? Right, we have the 6 feet away, and we have to be like that, right? Well, the method on phase 2. So, what is the social distancing method on phase 2? Basically, you know that we are on phase 2, not on phase 1 now anymore. Phase 2 is where we are starting today. So anyway, it says for number 1 means give yourself a break. Means give yourself a break of not staying at home, and then you can roam with your friends and with your family. Meaning that if you give yourself a break from phase 1, we are continuing of this social distancing for now, but we don't know until Dr. Bonnie Henry says any kind of method of the social distancing, right? And I know it's kind of hard for all of us, but the point is like we are give ourselves a break, right? Because we are having a break of our society, of, we have social media, we have everything else, but we're not interacting as in person, really, right? And this is just the start of it. It's not going to be, 40 years we're going to be stuck with this. No. The point is that we are continuing with this. Now, the second question is, where is the pandemic at? 2 is integrity. Integrity is lowness, meaning it's going down, meaning that our cases are going down, right? And basically that means that, there's not much people are in the ICU, hospitalized, all that, because, we are ending like phase 1 with the pandemic stuff. But if you're relating to phase 2, you don't know if, infections and stuff are going to go up, really. It depends. It depends on what location you are at, what place you are in. Even if it's a, McDonald's, A&W, or Burger King, or whatever, in one of those places, right? Because you don't know if the infection is in there, you don't know. But the point is where, like, we are down the hill already. We already passed that, because the point is that if we keep this going with this social distancing, the more that we are, not exposed to the virus, the more that the virus could die instantly. But, when you watch the news and you watch everybody, and they kind of depend on yes or no baseline. It's like you have to look at your own point of view. It's like, if I get out of this isolation where I am, should I walk to Tim Hortons and grab myself a coffee? Or should I go and visit my friend's mission and see if this see if we can get back where we used to be, like socializing with our friends. Like Dr. Donald Henry said about 6 people. But if it refers to more than 6 people, like let's say 10 people or more, she can easily do that. She can easily do that, but it's her choice, though. It's her choice. Even if we listen to her and just follow her guidelines, that's the baseline. That's the baseline, because if we do this as a good structure and good image and good of everything, we based on know the fact of we are heading in a new normal, right? Because if you look at last year, 2019, you think, okay, we used to be in person, we used to go and hang out with our friends and chinwag and have a coffee and sit down and chit chat and all that. But when we are in 2020 now, people are still figuring out about this virus. They don't know how long the virus is, right? Like if we stay in one spot, then the virus could die instantly. But if we are in a group, let's say more than 50 people, you don't know if the infection is going to go from one person, because they're not here. They're up in heaven and see God, But the point is that you're happy that everything is doing well, and you're happy that uh, we have recovery, and how many people we are recovering. That's a lot of people we're recovering. It's not based on fact, but it's truth, where we are having a good old time with this, meaning that we are doing the best as we can, So if we just think about integrity, meaning lowness, means the arrow's going down, that means that's good for us. That's good for us, because it's not going to be going up. It's going to go down several ways. It's going to go down. Anyway, so that's what I told you between Dr. Henry and the pandemic and where we are. Okay, where we heading on cases going down. So I was explaining. It says number 3 is look at what has triggered. Meaning, what has triggered you? Let's say you lost your friends. You only have your family. You have social media, and we are in this social distancing. That's 4 things, And what has triggered us is our emotions, like happy, sad, angry, anxiety, paranoia, all those things. Because, if you look at the positive things in life, we are doing this together. Meaning, we are all in this together. If you hear the song High School Musical and you sing, we're all in this together, and we sing that song, that's how, we, look at what has triggered, meanings that, we're all in this together, and if we stick to it, and we just pay attention a lot, we can get through this, meaning that, our emotions will be happy, not sad, not angry, not pissed off, whatever, right? But the point is that if we get through this, and get through this, and get through this, and get through this all the time, we usually take our ways of think about the positive and not the negative. You know, don't look at the negative stuff. Don't. Look at the positive things. Look at the positive stuff in you, right? Because it's not all mathematical, saying that, oh, we're going to be getting, social distancing. Yes, in a way of where, okay, you're going to go shopping, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. Okay, what's the next step? Oh, I miss my friends, I want to hang out with somebody. Well, you could, but the point is just be careful. Because you don't know if the virus is in a restaurant and if you're there, someone gets sick, Like what the health officials are saying. If you are sick, stay at home, right? That's the thing. If you're not sick and you're wearing a mask and stuff, then go and be in a small group with your friends and, try to play a card game with them, even though if you want to or not, But the point is that we are trying to be positive. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm telling all my viewers about it. Because if we look at the positive things in life, we'll get through it. So it's good. So that's number 3 I just told you. Let's look at the baseball field. So this is the baseball field. So you want to know who's on first base, second base, third base, and home base, meaning who's at home. So first base is familiar, meaning familiar is social. So social meaning that you are going to be interacting with a person in person, not just the media stuff. If you want to, let's say, go to, I don't know, McDonald's, for example, and let's say you phone them up and then you want to chit chat with somebody, and let's say your friend shows up and they ask you saying, hey, you want to go and hang out? Absolutely. But the point is, if you're wearing a mask and you're wearing gloves, or you're not wearing gloves and you're wearing a mask, well, then you're gonna have the social connection with an in-person, that's what I'm gonna call it. And then you have what Dr. Tam says about like droplets and all that. Basically, what I'm meaning is that the mask that you're wearing has invisible germs, meaning that your germs, when you breathe in and breathe out, it's in there. It's not going to cause someone else to get your germs, But the base on the fact is where we have to be social, even if we want to do social, I don't know, interacting, not in person, but maybe on social media. Or you could try to, have that social ability of seeing that one particular person who's your friend is an in-person, meaning that you're going to try to connect with them. If you keep your distance away, then fine. But if you get closer to it and you're wearing a mask, you are not going to be breathing on them. You're not going to be getting sick on them or anything like that. Like what all health officials are saying, or me, Spirited Alex, is saying. If you're sick, stay at home. That's the only point. The second thing is, if you sneeze or you cough with your elbow. Don't cough at the person. So that's the thing. But this new normal is a new normal to all of us, not just one, not the whole person. Like one person. The whole entire world based on that. So just look where the social, okay? Look at the social side, okay? Who is on second base? Favor is permission. Do you ever get the feeling you want to get a permission by someone? Yes, of course. But remember, if you have permission on someone, and they said, okay, go ahead and hang out and see your friends, then that particular person who is your family member will say, remember to wash your hands and wear a mask. And then they will say, keep your 6 feet distance. But the point is about the 6 feet distance. This virus, right, this COVID-19 virus, the point is this virus is going after, yeah, okay, for kids, for example, yes. But the point is, it's going after seniors, long-term care. For me, that I'm kind of being sad for a bit. But the point is, yes, it is sad that, seniors are passing away. It is sad. But the point is that when you look at the senior, they were here before us. If they were born in 1940, 1930, 1950, 1960, all those 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, if you look at the 4 years that I just told you, from 1930 to 1960, is where we can look at what they were going through, where they were probably in World War II or the Navy or what have you, right? But the point is, based on, I'm talking about two things, seniors and this pandemic. This is how the virus is going after, And so, if we didn't have this virus, everyone would be, having a good time of life. But this virus is in our way. It's like an obstacle. You go around the obstacle. You go around it. You go around it. But how, right? How, right? That's based on the fact, right? Like how. So the point is that you have to pay attention, right? You have to pay attention. Because, if you pay attention, then you'll be doing well, right? But the point is about the favor is permission, refers to permission, means that, yeah, you will have permission, only just for one family member. If a family member says no, then it might as well you have to stay. You have to stay. But, like in isolation. But if you, let's say you get permission and your mom or your dad says yes, then remember about all the rules and what the health officials are saying, right? So just remember about that. So that was on second base. Who is on third base? Is delegate, is sent on a mission. Do you ever get the feeling he's sent on a mission? Sent on a mission, like, let's say, everyone likes to about going to a spaceship and go to Mars. Okay, that's a mission. But the point is about this mission I'm going to talk about is where sent on a mission, meaning that if you want to see your friend and you want to, let's say, see them at a fast food place, your mission is going to see them in person, not in social media, not on Facebook, not on Twitter, not on Instagram, whatever. Based on the fact is where if you wanted to see your in person, meaning your friend, you you are sent on a mission, meaning that you will be seeing them in person in a public place, because this social distancing is a pain in the neck. Okay, it is, because when you think of social distancing, it means that it kind of refers to of isolation, meaning that you are staying at home and you can't go anywhere. You can't go and see your friends. You can't go. Like, you're allowed to walk around, but you're not allowed to go and see a person, right? You know what I'm saying? So the point is just, when you're sent on a mission, that's what the word means of delegate. Delegate is sent on a mission. Okay, so basically what I mean is seeing your friends in person. Yes, that's what Dr. Bonnie Henry will be saying about what she's doing, because she wants everyone to test this out of walking and going to stores, going to fast food places, going to restaurants, going to everyone, because the virus is not there. The virus is at long-term care, right? And based on beaches and everything else, even if you see that on the news, right? Like, big large gatherings, saying more than 50 people, but based on the fact is where you have to think about the positive stuff, right? Remember how I said that before? Yes, right? So just remember about that. Who is on home base? Is connect, is group, meaning, so you're in a group, and let's say you only have 2 people in the group, your friend and you. That's 2 people, So, and if you're in a group, that's great. If you have 3 friends, then it's going to be a small group. Even if it's 6, then stop there. Stop. Because just stop at 6, right? And then wait until you add more to it, right? So just casual of doing 6, right? If you want to go out with your friends and stuff, then try to have a small group, right? I will tell you what the word is for a small number of people. Anyway, so who is on home base is the group, okay? So basically you have that, right? And so what I'm saying is that, yes, okay, but understand what I'm saying of this whole entire baseball field that I'm describing to you as this as well, right? Okay. Now, the outfield is very determined, is facing which direction. Now, what I mean is by which direction, facing which direction, and the word determined. Remember how you look at BC Restart Plan, and then it says Phase 4, and it says to be determined. That means that the health officials are trying to figure out which is possible of which direction we are headed. Meaning we are between the end of stage 1, meaning that we are end of that, and now we are heading into stage 2. Now let's look at the end of September. We're not there at the end of September, but when we look at the end of September, we don't know if we might get large gatherings in, right? And that is determined because we are facing which direction we are heading, right? And so what I mean is what the health officials are doing and all that. The more people are coming from their homes to go to their work, or more people coming toward their homes from their homes to town, means that they're going to try to communicate with their other pals, meaning their friends. And the more you gather, the more social ability you are. Right? That's what the health officials are doing, because facing which direction, right? That's what they're depending on. Okay, like the vaccine, and they're depending on, you know, how much we are going to get this amount of people, and then let's say who's not infected. That's the baseline here. That's the baseline here. Because, like I said, the more people come in, like from let's say from their homes to go out and venture around in town, the more people coming in town, and the virus is going after long term people instead of younger adults or other people who are not seniors, then the virus doesn't know the other people that are sitting in restaurants or anything like that, because it's too busy with seniors. You know? So if you look at the bright side of things, what I just told you of everything, it makes sense. It makes totally sense. Right? It makes sense. Because the point is that like that's what we are facing. It's facing which direction we are heading. You know, that's the main thing. Okay, so that's actually the outfield. Who's on outfield? Who's on field like outfield? Journey is one place to another. Remember how I said that? From home to town? Yes. How many people are going to venture out from their homes to go to town? And how many people are not going to get infected by the virus? Look at those two things I just said. Right? One is like moving out from your small town to a big town. And two is how many people are venturing out with their friends and not getting affected by the virus while they're having masks and everything else on. Right? So just look at that. Look at that, right? Now, if you look at Scorpio, now if you're between water and fire signs right now, okay, so basically everything what I just said to you about social distancing, everything else. Now this is the other half, meaning this is Scorpio and Sagittarius. Okay? These are the two signs I'm going to talk about. Scorpio, the numerology number 4 is resolute. Resolute is based on, well, the word is based on resolute is, well, resolute is facing which direction. There we go. Because, you know, resolute is a good word to say. You know, if you want to look at the resolute, go ahead. But that's what I'm referring to, is determined, is facing which direction. That's what probably resolute is. Okay. Now, number 5 numerology on Sagittarius is historic. Historic means a small number of people. Remember how I said that before? Small group, and then you add that, and then you, yes. You do that, right? You do that, okay? And plus, if you have a small number of people, it would give them some time of venturing around with their friends instead of, like, in person, instead of doing the social media stuff. You know, that's why everyone is kind of between sad and not happy, because they're waiting until the health officials are saying, okay, go ahead. But the point is, people are impatient. They want it now. They don't wanna sit. They don't wanna, be bored at home. They wanna go on the adventure out in town. That's the thing, So pay attention to that. Pay attention. Pay attention to what I'm saying around here. Pay attention to that. Now, Sagittarius is an archer and is a fire sign, plus Scorpio is a water sign. So between fire and water, fire is all burning. Everything else is burning, all down. Water is basically let the fire die out. Because when you have a splash of water or a splash of whatever, the fire will die. Like a fire extinguisher. The fire will die. Okay? That's kind of like what this virus is. The virus is like fire. And if we add water to it, it will die. But based on the fact is where we have to understand this whole entire pandemic. We didn't know this before, and then, you hear the news saying that it was before September last year. But the point is that you have to know this whole entire phase we are at in the baseball field, right? And this is how I'm actually creating this, because it's good. It helps people out. It understands what are we going through, right? What are we going through, right? And hopefully it is going through, right? So based on the fact that we are doing this, it's great. It's great. Because if you look at the positive things in life, we are all going to be doing this together. Think about what I just explained to you about everything, because it goes to show you where I'm sitting at, where I am, because Spirit to Alex understands everything, but I am 10 times faster than the news. The news is going slow. I'm actually going faster. I look at things at the end of September right now. Because if you look at now, from June to September, that's where phase 3 is. But the point is, from phase 3, when we're actually at phase 2, the point is, when we are going to hit phase 4 is half of phase 2. Because phase 4 will have bigger gatherings. But remember what I said about the health officials. They're taking their time. They're going slow at it. They don't want to go fast. They want to go slow. That means if you have slow, it means you are having lots of impatient people. Meaning they want to get out. They want to go and adventure out. They don't want to be stuck at their homes and do nothing. And be bored. But if you're patient and not impatient, if you are patient and you're waiting, then it is your time to make that move, meaning that you can be moving from from a small town to a big town means that you can hang out and run with your friends. Meaning, if you walk in, let's say, a fast food place and you sit there and you eat, go ahead, do that. But remember, just take your time with it, okay? Take your time with it. And if you are a Scorpio and if you are a Sagittarius, take your time with it. Take your time. Take your time. Because, the world is just going, fast. But, in different countries, if we looked at, USA, Brazil, and, the other ones who are hit very hard, it will take them a while to get back. That's why BC versus Colombia is doing a lot better. Doing a lot. Because, it's going down, the, infections and, ICUs and everything else. It's going down bit by bit, day by day, month by month, week by week. And if you look at the bright side, you'll be happy. So before I'll let you go. The point is just hear me out about the baseball field, where we are, because it will help you, it will guide you, it will help you to put things into perspective, meaning think about the positive and not the negative, okay? Because we're all in this together. Thank you very much. Bye for now.